Welcome back. Welcome back to the program. It's Ringside Report Radio. www.ringsidereport.net is our website. Let's get right to it. Strikeforce, Rousey versus Kaufman going down this Saturday night on Showtime in the United States, the Super Channel here in Canada. Prelims on Super Channel as well, and Showtime Extreme in the United States. Let's get to the first prelim on the card on Showtime Extreme. It's in the lightweight division. Bobby Green taking on Matt Ricehouse. Green 18-5. Matt Ricehouse a perfect 6-0. Of course, you know Matt Ricehouse. He got a decision victory over Ryan Couture, the only guy to ever beat the Little Natural, son of Randy Couture. He beat him in 2011 in June for the Strikeforce promotion. Ricehouse is actually 4-0 in Strikeforce. So 4 of his 6 pro bouts in Strikeforce, a perfect record. He's just 25 years old from St. Paul, Missouri. His opponent, also 25 years old, Bobby Green, is from Inland Empire, California. He's got a 3-1 Strikeforce record. Both of these guys are coming off decision victories. Green coming off a split decision win against tough fighter James Terry on May 19th of this year for Strikeforce. While it's been a little bit longer for Matt Ricehouse, he hasn't fought since November of 2011, getting a decision win over a then 2-0 fighter, now 2-1, Bill Cooper. Bobby Green likes to win via submission, 8 of 18 wins via submission with 7 knockouts, though Ricehouse 3 of 6 wins via decision with 2 TKOs and 1 submission. Very interesting fight here in the opening contest. Green has more experience. I think he's got maybe experience over some tougher competition. But at the same time, Matt Ricehouse, undefeated, looked real good beating Ryan Couture. This is a tough fight to call. I'm going with Matt Ricehouse, I think, but, Bobby Green, I don't think can be overlooked. Coming off a win over James Terry. James Terry's a real tough guy. This is an interesting fight, but I'm going to go with Ricehouse for the win.
It's very difficult to pick this fight. Bobby Green, that 3-fight win streak, he's got a lot of submissions, a lot of knockouts, doesn't go the distance that often or just as much as Ricehouse. Has more wins than, has 3 times more wins than Ricehouse has fights, victories over, as you said, James Terry, also Dan Lozon, he lost to Dan Lozon and to, tough opponents like JZ Cavalcante. But
he's fought some tough guys, right? He hasn't necessarily come out on the winning end, but I think he's fought tougher guys than Ricehouse has.
Ricehouse is fighting, guys that are 2-1 and beginning their career. The 4-0 in Strikeforce is impressive, yet 3-fight win streak for Bobby Green, who lost his Strikeforce debut. Nonetheless, this is a real tough one because I always like to go with the undefeated fighters. There's something to be said. He could be the next big thing, and we're just seeing, the beginning of that. I'm going to go with Bobby Green.
Really? So you
yeah.
You just kind of negated what you just said.
Yeah, I know.
I like to go with the undefeated fighter and this and that, but I'm going to go with the guy who's got 5 losses.
That's
Why?
right.
Why?
Because he's got more victories and has fought tougher competition than Ricehouse has, and
yeah, I mean it's tough. It's a very tough fight to call. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go with Ricehouse. Big Tuna likes Bobby Green. We go to a women's contest in the women's bantamweight division. Hiroko Yamanaka, 12-1 mixed martial artist, taking on Germaine De Randamie, who's 2-2. I mean that's
some lopsided matchmaking.
I think
I've ever seen some.
That might be enough to tell you all you need to know. Yamanaka, though, 33 years old from Japan. De Randamie, 28 years old from the Netherlands. Yamanaka actually fought Cyborg Santos and got demolished, getting knocked out in 16 seconds in her last fight. That was in December of 2011, but it was later overturned into a no contest when Cyborg Santos tested positive for steroids. That was actually that was for the Strikeforce featherweight title, and now she's dropping back to her more natural weight of 135 pounds. So, took a beating at the hands of Cyborg, but was fighting, I think, heavier than her weight class, and she was fighting Cyborg. She was actually on an 8-fight win streak prior to that fight. She's got 8 of 12 wins via decision with 2 submissions and 2 knockouts. Her only loss was a submission to 18-10 fighter Hitomi Akano in April of 2008. She then got a split decision win, though, over Akano, avenged that loss in 2010. She's got a submission grappling style and made her MMA debut in 2006. Her opponent, Germaine De Randamie, is coming off a unanimous decision loss to 3-2 fighter Julia Budd in June of last year for Strikeforce, so she hasn't fought in over a year now. She made her pro debut in 2008. De Randamie has 2 wins, 1 knockout, 1 decision, and 2 losses, that 1 decision and 1 submission in her first professional fight to 14-5 fighter Vanessa Porto. De Randamie, though, has never won against an opponent with a winning record and is 1-1 in the Strikeforce promotion. Yamanaka versus De Randamie. I think we had our picks as soon as we saw the records. Yamanaka has just faced tougher competition and has won more fights and has fought so much more. I'm going to go with Hiroko Yamanaka.
I'm going to agree with you with that submission grappling style. One of De Randamie's losses is via submission. It's very lopsided. This is some poor matchmaking by Strikeforce. As far as lopsidedness goes,
well, maybe. Although, who knows? Maybe De Randamie will pull out some sort of upset win and we'll look foolish. Although I don't think so. We tend to look not so foolish. So we both like Yamanaka to pull out the victory.